What would you do if you had more money than sense? Buy a new sports car, invest in some property, or splash out on a 2-week-long bender for you and the lads in Magaluf? Can't wait for the Americans to interpret splash out on a 2-week bender.
Well, the thing is, they don't really use the word bender, so even weirder.
Well, one bloodthirsty millionaire has decided to bankroll a real-life Battle Royale game on a private island. Because with that kind of money, why not get the peasants to fight it out for your own amusement? Not content with watching virtual players battle it out to the death anymore, one anonymous moneybags wants to see real-life contestants fight for a chance to win a last-person-standing prize of £100,000. Yes, that's Great British Pound Sterling, not one of the other lesser-valued currencies.
Well, what's the name of the Fortnite fake currency? And then there's the Anthem fake currency. There's all your microtransaction premium currency. Now it's real fucking money.
Yeah, not
cold hard cash.
Not your European currency or the US dollar as well. That fake currency. Or the Australian dollar. That's even worse.
Yeah,
not worth
economics.
Not worth the paper it's printed on. The rules are slightly different to your average Battle Royale, however. Contestants will be using airsoft guns and touch-sensitive body armor, so disappointingly, there won't be any death whatsoever. The match is intended to last 3 days, and participants will compete for 12 hours each day with 12 hours of R&R in between. According to Hush Hush, a game developer is currently being sought to design the arena and is being offered £45,000 sterling for the work, which will last 6 weeks. Hush Hush is a website which is described as the Amazon for millionaires and is currently accepting applicants for the role. There's a link in the description if anybody is interested in applying. That's for the design of the arena, not the actual deathmatch itself, because that will be later down the line once they've got ironed out all the possible problems with it. And
you can apply to make the Hunger Games. You're not being in it.
Yeah,
this is like 4 steps away from being a proper blood sport. Yeah. And you know what? I'm totally about it. I think that's awesome.
I'm telling you, right? He's got enough money that if he could buy the permits to get people to fight to the death, he probably would. I'm probably guaranteed, right?
Yeah. And the fact that this Amazon for millionaires is called Hush Hush, that's very much like you've got enough money to do what you want. We're going to allow you to do that. We just won't tell anyone. Yeah.
Enable these fucking millionaires to get together these matches to the death. Well, what's the chances that somebody like hurts themselves or something? Or apparently for the 12 hours that they're not participating, they're camping, they've got supplies, they're giving all medical attention or whatever they need. But in between those 12 hours, it's going to be pretty frantic and pretty hectic. It's going to be quite intense.
There's $100,000 on the line. Like if you run out of airsoft bullets, you're going to take that guy down.
Yeah.
You're going to do what you have to.
You're going to get, craft yourself a spear or something.
Go proper Arnie and Predator at the end.
Proper going crazy trying to get that money. It'd be fun though. Imagine they filmed the whole thing and showed it on TV, right? Like a Big Brother type of thing, yeah? But they filmed it all with drones.
Yeah.
That would be freaking awesome.
And you can have a live feed, stream it all on like Twitch and that, but then like at certain times of day you can just watch it regularly.
It's a good idea. It's a really good idea. I'm excited. And talking of excitement, it's that time again. It's time for your juicy gaming news nuggets.
So excited. Jason Schreier has been at it again, digging up dirt from the inside of a game development studio. Again, BioWare are the subject of his latest exposé, which is focused on the troubled development of Dragon Age 4. The link is in the description for you to read for yourselves. Fortunately, this one only clocks in at around 3,000 words.
Sea of Thieves is finally getting some gameplay content. Details of the upcoming anniversary update have been revealed, which will include crafted narrative adventures. Tall Tales, as it is known, is Sea of Thieves' first real shot at structured storytelling.
The makers of the original Burnout games are now going solo as an independent studio to bring players dangerous driving. This game looks to be the spiritual successor to the Burnout franchise with high-speed arcade-style driving and plenty of road rage and crashes. The game launched yesterday on April 9th on PS4, Xbox One and PC and currently sits around 68 on Metacritic.
Rebellion Studios' Sniper Elite V2 Remastered is coming out on May the 14th. The updated version will feature beautifully updated environments, characters, weapons, weapons and vehicles, modernized rendering and post-processing effects, enhanced texturing and level geometry, and revamped lighting system, and dozens upon dozens of improvements and refinements. This remaster of the 2012 shooter will come to the PS4, Xbox One, Switch and PC.
Pokemon Go is about to launch its Easter-themed event next week. Extravaganza will feature different Pokemon hatching from eggs, as well as bonuses like 2x incubator effectiveness and lucky eggs lasting longer. It was announced on Tuesday and will run from April the 16th until the 23rd.
Gearbox CEO Randy Pitchford has been taking some time off his magic tricks to fire back at Borderlands review bombers. On Twitter, he said ironically that this misuse is possible and that Steam has no interest in correcting this misuse, making me kind of happy about 2K's decision and makes me want to reconsider Gearbox Publishing's current posture on the platform. He also threw Steam under the bus over their apparent anything goes policy and said, "Why does a store even need a review system? I like stores that do curation. As a customer, I strongly prefer curation over free for all. If I ran a store, I would only carry products I would want to recommend, not let anyone put anything they want in my store."
Rage 2 is looking as good as ever in this new 10-minute gameplay video. It focuses on vehicular combat and a special weapon which fires gravity darts. It comes out on May 14th on PS4, Xbox One and PC.
A popular feature that debuted in Super Smash Bros. Brawl was the addition of a stage builder, and it looks like it may be coming to the franchise's latest edition, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It was spotted in this trailer where at the very beginning the words stage builder can vaguely be made out on the menu screen.
As the release of Stony Bend Studios' Days Gone approaches, we received yet another trailer for the open-world zombie apocalyptic game. The CG trailer called One Bullet shows the game's protagonist Deacon St. John facing off against the Freaker Horde with just one bullet left in his gun. Will he use it on himself or get one more kill? Find out for yourself on April the 26th when the game launches exclusively on PS4.
Totally not sponsored.
Totally not shilling up. Please give me the game. I really want to play it. Just give me the game. I don't care.
There's a new trailer for Remnant from the Ashes, a game which has been developed by Gunfire Games. IGN and GameSpot recently showed off some new gameplay from the upcoming third-person action shooter. The game is said to be akin to the Soulsborne titles with Gears of War style combat and loot system. It will launch on August the 20th on PS4, Xbox One and PC. So there you have your news nuggets for today. If you want to go and check out anything that we've mentioned in this segment, you can head down to the description of this video where there'll be links to everything. You're welcome. And today's joke from the PGG Discord comes in from Tons, and this is actually such a good joke I'd actually use this one on my kids, so if I'd actually use it as a dad joke legitimately, that's how good it is. Mountains aren't just funny, they're hilarious.
I knew exactly where that was going.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love it. Thanks, Tons. And for anyone else who wants to get access to this awesome dad jokes channel on the Discord, head over to patreon.com/prettygoodgaming and see what you can get in return for being a supporter of this awesome content on YouTube.
Last week, various news outlets argued that From Software's latest game, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, was either too hard and should have an easy mode, or that adding an easy mode would fundamentally alter the game itself. This has sparked a wider discussion about accessibility versus difficulty and whether one can exist without the other. Cory Barlog, the director of Sony Santa Monica's absolute masterpiece God of War, has been open about his opinions on the topic. In a tweet, he said, "Accessibility has never and will never be a compromise to my vision. This is in response to the debate about whether adding accessibility options to games means the artistic value or message is lost." His stance hasn't gone down so well with some. Twitter user Jody May said, "God of War is hardly known for intricate gameplay. Your garbage game shouldn't even be uttered in the same sentence as FromSoft games."
How triggered is this person to call the game garbage? Look at the Metacritic, you imbecile.
So many comments under his thread just being like, "Your game's trash anyway."
Yeah. The first instance that this person's talking shit, right, is the fact that they don't appreciate a universally acclaimed game.
Yeah. There is an interesting poll on Push Square where they suggested the easy mode debate as a talking point. One question was, should all games have an easy mode, with 833 votes? And the results were very mixed, but the top two answers were very close. 34% of readers voted yeah, as long as it's optional, I don't see why not. while 35% voted, nope, games that are meant to be difficult shouldn't have easy modes. In the question, do you ever play games on easier difficulty settings, with 763 votes, the general trend of voters was that they don't tend to play on easy mode. But obviously these polls aren't necessarily representative of all players, since a discussion about difficulty modes will only really attract those who care about difficulty modes. The debate has generally been muddled by both the media and gamers, confusing the terms difficulty and accessibility one way or another. Unfortunately, as is the case with most arguments on the internet, much of this debate has dissolved into reductive statements about just having to get good or accusing people of discrimination.
I think some of the get good people are just using it for fun. It's not really serious, and people just getting offended. Oh, you can't say get good. It's just like the reporters and stuff like that. Yeah. People who are full-time offended at all this sort of nonsense. It's like, get good is just a joke in the most part. There are some people who are dickheads are going to say it, but just chill at the F out.
See, I think this whole debate is so mixed because it started out
very down the middle, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very even on both sides. They're both as outraged as each other. But it kind of started out, we reported on it like last week, about the Forbes article saying that there should have an easy mode and needs to respect your players, and then a counter article saying no, it shouldn't have an easy mode, you've missed the point. I think there is a difference between easy mode and accessibility, and having an easy mode is a form of accessibility, but I feel like there's ways to make games more accessible to people who physically can't do it, like people who do have disabilities, because one that keeps coming up is repeated button presses. Some people physically can't do it because they've got various, motor issues or whatever, and that's obviously not fair. That you should be able to enjoy the game as much as possible. But in a game like Sekiro or other FromSoft games, in my opinion, the difficulty is inherently what it is and ingrained in that kind of artistic message and principle. And while I totally agree with Cory Barlog's statement about he won't ever have his message compromised by accessibility and he's all for accessibility, his games aren't being made to be hard. Yeah. They're made to be like, oh, it's a little bit challenging because you should have, you should be challenged a little bit. But the core, baseline isn't, it's hard. If you ask anyone, describe a Dark Souls game, you're going to say, it's really hard. If you say God of War, you're going to be like, it's got an amazing story.
You could stick it on hard, though.
Yeah.
You can stick God of War on hard, and I think that's the point that he's trying to make, is that, you can play my games and whatever you want, and he is clear that he hasn't taken a dig at From Software. He's very respectful to From Software in his tweets before you all get upset, whatever her name was, like getting really triggered about garbage game.
He repeatedly said he loves the FromSoft games. I love everything you do. Dark Souls is obviously quite influential on God of War. I mean, the controls are very similar. You've got games like the latest Devil May Cry game. Now, the DMC games are similar to God of War in the sense that they are hard, but that's not the point. The point of them is to have stylish, interesting, fun combat, and that's why they've got loads of difficulty modes. They're going up and up and up and into the insane. And recently they've got a button which you can trigger to make combos easier if you find it difficult. And that's cool. I'm all for that. Because the point of the game isn't to be hard, it's one aspect of it. The point of a FromSoft game, from my understanding, is that it is supposed to be hard, and then you're supposed to overcome how hard it is, and then you're like, yeah, you win. You achieve that victory.
Why can't people just be free to make whatever they want to make without getting criticised and abused? And have their own opinion without being criticised and abused. I mean, what is wrong with the world where you can't have an opinion without being shouted down, for flip's sake? God almighty, just calm down.
Get good at having opinions.
Get good at conversations, for fuck's sake.
Discourse. I fully respect where Cory Barlog's coming from and his ideas about accessibility, but I personally think easy modes aren't the way to increase accessibility for the FromSoft games.
Yeah.
Because that's not their point.
Don't stand out is EA's new sales pitch. No, seriously. But this isn't EA admitting their recent game development philosophy. Don't stand out is actually the wording used in the first teaser for their upcoming Jedi Fallen Order, which is refreshingly honest of EA, since most of the games recently don't stand out. But ironically, this game is being developed by the only studio at EA who have produced anything which did stand out recently, and that's Respawn Entertainment, who've seen a meteoric success with their latest release, Apex Legends. This teaser, which was tweeted from the EA EA Star Wars Twitter account, is the first time we've seen anything official in terms of artwork or images from the game, and it features a broken hilt. We've seen no official details on the game since it was announced by Respawn boss Vince Zampella from the auditorium during EA's E3 conference last year. And as this is the only known Star Wars game currently in development, players are eager for more info. Following EA's most recent Star Wars offering, the controversial Battlefront 2, a petition was posted on change.org last year calling for Lucasfilm to revoke EA's Star Wars license. The petition amassed over 200,000 signatures. Yesterday's teaser tweet was a prelude to an official first look at the new Jedi Fallen Order, which will be live streamed on Saturday at 1:30 Central Daylight Time. That'll be 7:30 PM for us in the UK. The tweet says, "Become a Jedi. Tune in for the first look at hashtag Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order this Saturday at 1:30 CDT from hashtag Star Wars Celebration. Watch live at this link. Stay up to date with the latest from Celebration at this link." The live stream is part of the Star Wars Celebration event, which happens from Thursday the 11th of April until Tuesday the 16th of April, and should finally shed some light on the nature of the game. About time we had a good Star Wars game, right? About time.
About time.
You know it's going to be games as a service, though, isn't it?
Yeah, like, your lightsaber's not good enough to kill this stormtrooper.
Yeah.
You go away and grind and get a better lightsaber.
Yeah. Oh. But what do we want? Like, what we want is to be a Sith, right? That's what you want?
Yeah, I want cooler powers, man.
Cool powers.
Force lightning and stuff.
Awesome lightsabers. And apparently this game is like set in a darker time for the Jedi, and like the universe is like, it's really kind of overcome with like baddies and stuff,
yeah,
right?
I think they said it's between episode 3 and 4, so the Jedi they're all but wiped out. So you're
the Fallen Order,
yeah.
right?
So you're going to be like one of the last ones or something. But hopefully, whatever they show off isn't just Vince Zampella sitting in the audience, be like, "Yeah, we're making a Star Wars game."
Yeah, or just look at a single frame concept art with like really kind of oil colors or something. And we want some solid gameplay, please, and show us how the game works, and show us that there's no microtransactions. All right, my heads are in the clouds now, but that's what I want. Damn it!
Just imagine if they came out and were like, "Yeah, it's Battle Royale, it's Apex, but with lightsabers."
Ah, fuck, they'd be trashed.
And they did a BioWare and like, you know what? Let's scrap all development and we'll do it in 18 months.
The saving grace here is that it is Respawn, and Respawn have got a good reputation in the community. They've got a good track record for games. Let's hope they can make some decent gameplay. We know it's going to be surrounded with all this bullshit games as a service, clothing or whatever, but just make the game fun at its core, which I'm sure Respawn can hopefully manage, given that there's all this EA-shaped bullshit around it.
And if not, they'll just patch it after launch. Right? So I just wait for the first patch. Fuck off. So that's it from us for your Wednesday news roundup. We'll be back again on Friday for your Friday news roundup. If you want to help us make the content we've been creating, go over to patreon.com/prettygoodgaming. You'll get access to the podcast and the Discord channel. Send us a dad joke. We love them. They're just so terrible. It's amazing. I've been Henry. He's been Gaz. We'll see you on Friday. Bye for now.
Kill him.
Are you not entertained?
Although, actually, I'm going to be one of them.
They never did it.
Actually, thumb up meant he was going to die, and the thumb in the hand meant he was safe. Well, actually...
A thumb in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. Worth 2 in the butt.
Thumb in the arse is worth 2 in the hand, right?